of people go through their high school lives without making any real connections with any teachers they come across. A lot of people just walk in, they get their work done, and they walk out. They might talk to some friends here and there, but not a whole lot of teachers they talk to. Well, for me, I thought it was the exact same way. I thought I was just gonna walk in, get my work done, and walk out. Then I met Miss Deborah Maddox. Miss Deborah Maddox was my math teacher in high school for my sophomore year. She was my Core 2 teacher. She was unlike any teacher I've ever had because when I walked into her classroom and I started excelling in her class, she gave me a whole lot of extra work that she thought was very challenging for me because she thought I wasn't getting enough out of her class. So she gave me more work. She also allowed me to eat in her room every day as a lunch buddy because at the time of the high school you were allowed to eat in teachers' rooms. So she would let me into her room and eat there. She also talked about sports with me. She would talk about daily about my baseball team, how that was going, and about the University of Tennessee because that's where she went to college and she was a really big fan of it. So Miss Maddox, the first day that I met her, we did a multiplication test because for some reason sophomores in high school can't multiply. So we talked about, trying to do things faster. So we did a 60-question, 60-second multiplication test. I finished mine in 55 seconds, and no one else finished theirs at all in 60 seconds. A lot of people didn't even get like 40, which is kind of sad, but it's okay. So when she realized that I was quite a bit above all my peers in my math class, she would look up extra worksheets for me and say, hey, you really need to do this because you're not really getting anything out of my class. She believed I would need to be in an honors class, but I didn't like the honors teacher, so that's how that happened. She also, when class was over, she would usually tell the students if they needed any help to come back to me because she didn't feel like helping anybody. So I was practically their tutor at that point. Secondly, she was always my lunch buddy at the high school. Back at the time of 3 years ago, you could actually eat in teachers' rooms. Nowadays, you're only allowed to eat in the cafeteria, which is kind of weird, but okay. So, usually teachers have their rooms locked, and they're not allowed to allow students into their rooms under specific circumstances. But usually me and a couple other people would go in there and she would unlock it for us because she actually liked to talk to us and stuff, so it was really cool. Thirdly, she talked about me with my sports team and University of Tennessee. A lot of teachers and even my friends would never hardly ask about how my baseball team in the high school was going or how my pitching was going, but just about every day she would sit there and be like, oh, how are you pitching? How are things going? Do you like your team this year? Do you guys think you guys are going to do well? So it showed that she really truly cared about me, and no other teacher really showed that same compassion that she showed, and I was really thankful for that. Not only was Miss Max a great math teacher, but she made me a better person because she actually helped me work hard and to achieve something that I never thought was achievable. Because usually in math classes in high school, I would always just breeze through and just work my way to it, and it just kind of came easy to me because I was really good with numbers. But she showed me that even though something comes easy to me, I can still work hard for it and do even better in the classes. So I was really appreciative of that. She was also really friendly to me by accepting me into her room whenever she didn't have to. She went out of her way to be like, hey, why don't you come eat with me? Because at the time you could eat anywhere you wanted to. And the fact that she wanted to truly care about my sports team whenever no one else showed true compassion of that, that was really awesome. Because she never really went out of her way to talk to anybody else that way. She only really talked about me. I was really thankful. That is all for my speech. I really hope you enjoyed it.